Good morning. We will start session 4 on chapter Understanding Quadrilaterals. So today in this class we will be only understanding about properties of quadrilaterals, that is properties of square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombus, trapezium and kite. What are their side properties, angle properties and diagonal properties. You need to know very well with these properties, only then you can solve the numericals based on these quadrilaterals. So let's start with square. So square ABCD is a square. Side property, all the sides are equal, that is AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. Second property, we all know that opposite sides are parallel. Angle, when it comes to angle, all the angles of this square are right angles, that is angle A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to D is equal to 90 degree. Now carefully observe the diagonal property. We know what is a diagonal. The line joining the opposite vertices of a quadrilateral is called a diagonal. Diagonals of the squares are equal, that is measure of AC is always equal to measure of BC. Then diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly. Bisecting each other means cutting each other into equal parts. So I can say OA, assume that diagonal is 5 cm, diagonal is 6 cm. That means this is 3, this is 3, this is 3 and this is 3. Okay. Given sides are 5, 5, 5 and 5. So I can say OA is equal to OC is equal to OD is equal to OB. That means diagonal bisect each other perpendicularly. If you measure the angle between these diagonal, what is formed here, that's always 90 degree. So diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly. Very important what you have to know. AC perpendicular to BD. In all the quadrilateral it will not happen. Next we go to rectangle. We know that in rectangle opposite sides are equal and their opposite sides are parallel. AB is equal to CD, BC is equal to AD. Next, all the angles are equal to 90 degree, same as square. Angle A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to D is equal to 90 degree. Then diagonals are equal even here. Square also diagonals are equal. Rectangle also diagonals are equal. AC is equal to BD. Diagonals bisect each other here also. That means, okay, rectangle, let me assume that this is 8, this will be 8, this is 4, this is 4, okay. Diagonals are equal and they bisect. Okay, so this is 3, 3, 3 and 3. Fine, same. But they do not bisect perpendicularly. That means when I measure the angle here, it gives me some other angle. It might be 45, it might be 50, it might be anything else, but not 90. That means here, diagonal property when we check, only in square, diagonal by equal bisect perpendicularly. In rectangle, they are equal, they bisect but not perpendicularly. Very important point to note here. Parallelogram. So parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel and as well they are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Whatever is the measure of angle A, same will be the measure of angle C. Whatever is the measure of angle B, same will be the measure of angle D. Opposite angles are written. Opposite angles are equal. Angle A is equal to C. Angle B is equal to D. One more important property. Sum of the consecutive angles are 180. What are consecutive angles? Consecutive angles are the adjacent angles. Now suppose if I talk about AB is adjacent to side BC. Okay, we talk about adjacent house. What do you mean by adjacent house? The house beside your house, right? So what we tell, my side house, my this side house, that side house, it is actually known as my adjacent house. Okay, not this side and that side. So adjacent is that. Consecutive means adjacent. Now can I tell AB is adjacent to BC? Okay, when we talk about a room, so where I am standing, I have a wall opposite, right? So that is my opposite wall. Now where I am standing here, I have another wall here, that is my adjacent wall. The wall adjacent to this is adjacent wall, right? Here there is a board, there is a wall here. So the wall adjacent to this is a adjacent wall. Similarly, AB is adjacent to BC, BC adjacent to CD, CD adjacent to AD, which share a common vertex. Those are called as adjacent sides, which are also called as consecutive. So sum of consecutive angles are 180. If I add these two angles, I get the sum as 180. If this is for example 70, then this will be 110. 110, 70, I get 180. If I add angle B and C, I get 180. If I add angle C plus D, I get 180. If I add angle D plus A, I have to get 180. That is what I have written here. Next, diagonals bisect each other. That's all. So let us assume if this is whole diagonal is 6, this is 3 and this is 3. If this diagonal is 8, this is 4 and this is 4, right? So these are the properties of quadrilateral, where only 3 I have written, remaining 3 I will tell you now. You need to write down this in your book, very important. So draw it, understand what you are writing and try to remember this. You cannot by heart this, you can only understand by drawing a figure, and with respect to that diagonal side and angle you can analyze and remember. So let's see 3 more properties. So let's see the remaining 3 quadrilaterals. Rhombus, all the sides are equal. Opposite sides are parallel, as we know. So in a rhombus, all the sides are equal. So let me take the sides as 5, 5, 5 and 5. Okay. Opposite angles are equal. What is the measure? That we are not aware, but opposite angles of a rhombus are equal. That is what I have written. Angle A is equal to C and B is equal to D. Consecutive angles are 180. We know what are consecutive angles? Adjacent angles. Angle A plus B is equal to 180. Angle B plus C is equal to 180. Angle C plus D is equal to 180. And angle D plus A is equal to 180. Look at the diagonals. Diagonals bisect each other. That means if the diagonal is 8, this will be 4 and 4. If this diagonal is 6, it will be 3 and 3. They are not equal, they only bisect. Bisect in the sense, divide into equal parts, cut into equal parts. Diagonal bisect each other perpendicularly. The angle between the diagonal is 90. Try to recall in square. Square also we had, but diagonals were equal there, right? So you should know to compare the diagonal property of all the quadrilaterals. That's very important, children. Diagonals bisect each other perpendicularly, but they are not equal. Name the quadrilateral whose all sides are equal and diagonals are equal and bisect each other perpendicularly. What it could be? Can it be a rhombus? No. Why? My condition is sides are equal. Okay, rhombus will fit. Diagonals are equal and they bisect perpendicularly. So diagonals are equal, it will not fit. So which quadrilateral it is? It's a square. With that you should know how to write it. Next, trapezium. One pair of side is parallel only. That means I have marked here. This arrow mark tells that the side is parallel. The remaining two are non-parallel sides. Means if I extend it, they go and meet. One pair of side is parallel. In your syllabus, children, you only study about trapezium. You also have about isosceles trapezium that you have in your higher classes. I will only tell you the property after this. One pair of side is parallel. Consecutive angles of non-parallel sides are supplementary. Non-parallel sides. Supplementary is 180. Which are the non-parallel sides? AD and BC are the non-parallel sides. That means Consecutive angles of only this side are supplementary. I can't tell like previous one, A plus B is 180, B plus C. No. Here, non-parallel sides are AD and BC. So, angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 and angle B plus C is equal to 180. This is one special property, consecutive angle property of a trapezium, where you have to remember non-parallel sides angles are supplementary. Diagonals intersect each other. Intersect means they meet at one point. That's all. No bisecting, no equal, nothing. Right? Okay. Let me just give you information about isosceles trapezium. In isosceles trapezium, these are non-parallel sides, right children? Non-parallel sides are equal. That means if it is 5, this also will be 5. In which? Isosceles trapezium. And one more special property in the isosceles trapezium is base angles are equal. Suppose if this is 70, this is 70. Okay. Again, consecutive angles, this will remain same thing. Only this plus this, if you add, you get 180. But the angle property is base angles are equal. If I turn this upside down, this will also become base angles. Only in isosceles trapezium. Then, diagonals intersect, that much only. They are also equal in isosceles trapezium. This is only a additional information. Okay. Last one, kite. You all have seen kite, right? So when you fly kite, what is the shape? It is not exactly of a rhombus or it is not exactly of a diamond shape, right? But what we say. So this kite, the markings you can come to know. Pair of adjacent sides are equal. But which adjacent side? This also can be adjacent. This also can be adjacent. No. Upper pair of adjacent sides are equal to each other. Lower pair of adjacent sides are equal to each other. AB is equal to AD. BC is equal to BD. Okay. Then, of course, opposite sides are parallel. That's common, we know. About angle property here, angle B is equal to angle D. But angle A is not equal to angle C. There are some different angles. But how do you come to know why can't this two be equal and this two not equal? The condition is wherever the longest side will come, right? That vertex angle and the top vertex angles are not equal. Wherever the narrower part will come, those two angles are equal. And these two are some other angles. Again, our consecutive angle property remains the same. That is, A plus D is 180, D plus C. I have not written because we don't deal with kite much. A plus D is 180, D plus C is 180, C plus B is 180, B plus A is 180. Diagonals are perpendicular to each other. That's all. Means diagonals when they cut perpendicularly. That's all. No bisecting, no equal, nothing. Right? So if you remember these properties well, we can apply these properties in the next exercises, numericals. For solving, things will be easy. Sometimes they'll tell you that BC is 5 cm. Find the sides of rhombus. You should know rhombus side property. Or they give you one diagonal of a rhombus. Ask you to find other diagonal. You should know the diagonal property of a rhombus. Find the angle between the rhombus. Something like that. That means you should know the angle property of a diagonal. Diagonal and how diagonal bisect you should know. That means if you are thorough with the property, only you can solve the numericals. Not only this year, children, these properties are also applied next year in your 9th standard, also in some chapters. So this part, today's class is very, very important. Though you feel there are only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 properties what we discussed, but you have to know them thoroughly. So I want you all to make a chart, like a flow chart, how I have done. Similarly like that, draw, write neatly in your book, maintain that, understand it very easily. So in our tomorrow's session, we will start numericals based on these quadrilaterals. Thank you.